Hey everybody, welcome to the Silent Stage episode 2. Uh, I think it's part number 6, but whatever, let's start. Chapter 7, the house. It's now. Much less for the box match, take it. Oh, there's only one left in the box. Great. Knick knack, do this perfectly, nothing can use. Okay, I'm not made of cube going inside. Okay. But I read the number on the door. Then let's go inside. Mm-hmm.
Boy.
These are shoes aside. It's a wonderful bar. We played during him, but I'm positive these are all the same book reading ones to have duped the lumber will miss a few. Okay. Just but thinking of most of these I can tell they aren't for me. For some reason the lot is copy the same though. They really have light on this one. You are gonna do this? Oh shit. You burned down some books because money, you know? What is this? So that there would be reinforcement here, and there's not. It's no good thing. There's not. Painful books. I can make out, but it looks like a lot. The other part in here. Very classy. I wish I knew how to play in your place, but I did play. Casting. Alright, let's go. No. It's not very fun game, but it's going to suck. Okay. Hmm?
Nice.
Oh, nice throw. What is this? Something on this. Here we go. What is this? Land. But something. Oh. Full effort plan for the house with a lot of drunk notes. This number is spent a lot of renovation. Followed by doesn't feel too solid. There's a lot to win for just one guy. Too much. And I think that it's like a diamond, but don't worry. For that machine. It's tiny ball, I guess I haven't started one to look.
No.
Fit inside it? Okay. Here we go. Holy smoke, this is bright. Hey, my time is working again. Good. The knocks there. I can't reach from here. Thought. I need to get down inside in my best bet. Yeah. Oh. Huh. Empty bar. There's some kind of water collection system. The service is like been a while since it's so in use. Yeah, so it's rather long. Uh-huh. I think it's a lot lighter than I thought. Oh wait, it's one of which do the need to fill it with water first. Okay. Still no, I guess I'm going to need some water. Yes. It's okay. You don't need to be wood. It wasn't here before. It's complete.
Wow.
Oh man, this is really something according to this auto blueprint. This was the first phase of the time machine. It looks a bit small dark over here. Red Bull photo equipment developed, it's got everything. There's something. Got the feed of its profile. Modifies things from a brilliant you now don't yourself with this data join file you better than free to your Nobel Prize attempt speed. You'll need some touch self thinking. Why not? Well, let's go. Let's go. Starting normally. I'm not nerdy proud. There is knocks there. I can't reach them from here though. This Santa ones. I'm not sure what I'm going for here. Okay. 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 Moving things slowly now. Fire. Okay, where I might guess I'd better get to it quick. He don't have any idea how to use it, but he did. Nice. Bro, nothing was little better than I told you. Nah, I won't do nothing. But the game is fixed it to do something. So, see, sounds like you don't think 5 foot 10. Gotcha. What? No. Mhm. What I should ask then the command is this. Yeah. And axe is broke again. What the hell? Lamp. Silahla من load this. No matter how many times I walk these steps with my eyes, they always end up in the same place. They are covered notebook in here. Mass 11, 1971. I provide long to document the drugs. It's not in case something happened to me and someone else needs. It's been just under a month since I left Archon. From what little I have here, they seem to be pushing ahead with more time travel threats. There's all the setbacks, fools every last one. Some taking care of this is unable to be around here. What the? And the physical. This electric socket.
Whoa.
Huh. Yes, I don't think this bottle is made of glass. Aren't the questions Python? No price. July 18, 1917. No price this week. 2 months of cold night. Since that invest broke my bedroom door last night. Like to see me blunder is better. This still I must admit it gives me an entirely new meaning to the term eat proof. Even me, I think. Well, it's probably pretty grumpy if I think that this art every night. It's locked. Let's get out. Yeah, voila. Wow, there's a secret passage behind this set.
Stop right there.
I know moving.
Whoa, wait. Mr. Lambert, sir, it's me, Joe.
I don't know you. What are you doing in my house?
You sent me here, remember?
But it's not
I've
him,
done no such thing. For an intruder, you're not very bright, you know that? For all the commotion you caused getting in here, you might as well have brought a bulldozer. Now, you have exactly 5 seconds to explain what you're doing here. Or so help me God, I'm pulling this trigger and sending you on your way. 5.
I was sent here.
4.
By you.
3.
You told me to find you, to warn you about the end of the world.
2.
Show that thing.
You were old, with white hair, and you
dear.
got shot. Oh, God, please don't shoot me, Mr. Lambert. This, you gave me this. It's an chrono. It's a time machine.
Finally.
I gave you that?
Yes.
I've never seen anything like it. But on the back, that's my family signet. I made this. It's simply magnificent. I gave this to you? Why? Who are you?
Name's Joe, sir. I'm just a janitor at the Archon building. I found you in a room with a big round door in the basement labs this morning, and you were dying. You said you'd come from 40 years in the future to stop the end of the world. I guess I was the only one around, so you gave me this and told me to find you and tell you all this, and I've been there. The future, I mean. A bunch of times. And you were right, Mr. Lambert. Everyone's gone.
My God, so it did come to pass. They really did it, those greedy goddamn bastards.
Is what?
I told them this would happen. Wait, I was dying? How?
You said you'd been shot. I had to actually find you at the morgue to get this address.
Shot? By whom? No, wait. Don't say anything else. You succeeded in finding me, which means anything you tell me from this point on could alter the course of action that brought you to my doorstep. The less I know, the better. So, you've seen the future. What did you see?
It's like a bad dream, sir. Everyone's gone. Buildings are coming apart. It's all just quiet. What happened, Mr. Lambert?
It is Dr. Lambert. And considering all the effort you just went through to find me, not to mention bearing witness to the horrific outcome of the biggest breakthrough in the history of science, I suppose I owe you some kind of explanation.
Flashback time. Ugh.
I was 24 when I got hired by Archon, or Athena as it was called back then. Athena was one of the many weapons R&D companies formed during the Second World War. Unlike other R&D companies that had retooled themselves to pursue peacetime activities after the war, Athena had made enough money to continue chasing the next big thing in defense technologies. They were betting the farm on post-war Soviet expansion, raising the level of government paranoia to create a lucrative market for esoteric weapons research. I'd say they made the right bet. Still a theoretical physicist at MIT, my thesis on the possibility of time travel via dimensional membranes got published shortly after I was hired in 1961. Company heads were so impressed, they gave me a team and a budget. Development exceeded even my own expectations. And after only 6 years, we had the first primitive version of the time machine up and running. Our first successful trials involved sending simple objects into the future with a timed return. But with Archon running out of money, that was all the company bigwigs needed to secure a big fat contract with the Department of Defense. Apparently, we had sold them on the idea that the technology could be used to go back in time and strangle communism in its cradle.
They fuck up.
The reality, of course, was that it couldn't.
Yeah, they did.
Due to the laws of causality, you can't travel back in time beyond the point where time travel was invented. And sooner or later, we had to explain that to our benefactors. When they started pushing for progress reports, Archon management had to come clean, but instead chose to ease government concerns by claiming the technology could be used to bring back advanced weapons from the future. But this, too, was a lie.
Huh?
At this point, we'd already had our first of many human trials, and we knew there would be no weapons. In fact, our results were as terrifying as they were baffling. Time pilots returned frenzied and confused, raving about empty streets and human remains. At first, we assumed the city had suffered a Soviet attack in the near future and had been evacuated as a result. But as we pushed on further, the terrible reality became clear. Time pilots started returning fatally ill, dying within a day or two from painful convulsions. Some never returned. We lost several pilots, machine prototypes, and other equipment. When the first contamination erupted in the lab, we were completely unprepared, losing 3 lab technicians to what we later identified as an incredibly aggressive airborne virus. Although we weren't equipped to handle biohazards of this magnitude, management insisted we contain and study it. To keep our pilots and the virus alive long enough to study, we co-opted experimental cryotechnology from another project, Lazarus, and established a makeshift virus lab. Once again, the bigwigs managed to spin our setbacks into a success story for the Department of Defense, now claiming that the virus could be cultivated for use as a biological weapon. The team threatened to resign, but outrage was swiftly quenched by promises of massive salary increases and stock options. I didn't take the bribe. I'd witnessed the lethal efficiency of the virus firsthand. I knew there was only one way this was going to end, so I handed in my resignation and set up shop out here. For over a year, I've been working to recreate the technology to bring me back in time and prevent mankind's extinction from ever happening.
Odd.
And now you're here, the harbinger of doom at my doorstep, wearing a boiler suit. Who could have imagined that Judgment Day would begin like any other Monday in May? In any case, unfathomable as it may be that you were able to bring this information to me, knowing is only half the battle. Preventing the outbreak will require more than just your tenacity.
Me? Wait, what?
Yes, I'm afraid I must rely on you one more time. You must go back to Archon and prevent the outbreak.
No, that's, I mean, I'm really honored and everything, but
Believe me, you're the last person in the world I want to entrust with this. And I mean
Thanks.
that quite literally. But by this time tomorrow, the entire city will have succumbed to chaos, panic, and death. You're here now, and you're all I've got.
wait, but what about you? Can't you fix this, Doc? Don't you have a plan?
I can't go myself, because that would break the law of causality. The only reason you are here to warn me now is because I was there to send you. And the only reason I was there to send you is because I was able to bring my work to fruition here.
But,
We've no time to waste. It's the only way. You told me you found me this morning, correct?
yes, but...
That means I failed to stop it, and the outbreak has already begun. The time pilot for today's trials must have brought the virus back from the future, which then somehow got out of the containment chamber and spread. That pilot is Patient Zero. I need you to destroy the supercomputer system controlling the time machine. All the research data is stored there too. You must destroy it before the time machine departs. I'm reconfiguring your device to send you back one day earlier. This should allow you ample time to return to Archon and get inside. On the other shore from here, about 500 yards down the road, is a rest stop. You'll find a van there, fueled and ready to go.
Oh, I already have a ride.
Which won't be there yesterday, you ninny. Now stop interrupting me. One last thing, and I need you to listen carefully because this is very, very important. Make sure you do not meet the earlier version of you.
Why? What will happen?
No one knows for sure. It's one of the conundrums not yet accounted for. There are theories, of course. None of them pleasant. Now, let's get you ready.
Let's meet ourselves. Okay.
How did I get myself into this? I nearly got killed trying to reach Dr. Lambert thinking he had a plan. And it turns out it's me. I'm the plan.
Hmm.
At least I don't have to walk back. This van's not as cool as the ambulance, but it has its charm. And it sure was nice of him to pack me lunch. I wish he'd pack me a can opener for the beans, though. And some gas for the Bunsen burner.
You ask it too much.
But I'm sure I'll think of something. Got several hours of driving ahead of me after all. It'll be almost morning before I get to Archon. I just hope I have enough time.
They're trying back in past and traveling forward in future, and they get here by simple flu. They turned in past by altered weapon. Never play with the time. Gotcha? Vabbè, thank you for watching, see you next time. Ciao!